Hello friends, welcome to my studio. If you're interested in checking out my art studio tour in my new space, then you're welcome to check the link that I will provide here for that. But today my focus is on my art journal spread, which I haven't worked on in probably, I don't know, I think I did one session of it since I've moved. I moved back in the end of May and it is now the end of September. So it's been a while since I've really dedicated some time to it, and I already know what the next step is. So I'm going to do that. Now this has already had some, probably about 5 layers already. It's got some gesso, it's got some circles stamped on it to kind of give it a honeycomb look. And then I cut out some circles from cardstock in this golden rod color, which is actually the color of my jeans today, which is really funny. And then I also cut out what looked like little mandalas from a fabric. I cut the little mandalas out of, yeah. And it's got little honeybees on it. Yeah, this is, I think I got this at Walmart, I think. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I have mandalas cut out, and then I also have another fabric that I cut strips out of, and I laid them all down and created this design and then adhered it. So that is how far I've come so far, and what I want to do next is I want to put another layer of gesso down. Gesso acts as, it's a primer for the paper, but I also like to use it almost kind of like as white paint, because when I use it, it has coverage like white paint, you know, like maybe even acrylic paint. And of course, this is acrylic gesso, so that would make sense. Yes. So I'm just going to come in, and I'm just going to swipe some of this in various places. It kind of gives it a textured look. Okay. You know, I don't like things to look too perfect. You know, like the little circles just being all nice and orange. I kind of like to create some texture and some just variation in the way things look, rather than just straight, nice, and neat. That's just me. And so I like to use the gesso to create that variation. Yeah. Just a lot of fun, you know, just texture, and you just never know how it's going to turn out. That's the part that I really love about it. It's like, it kind of goes right along with my desire to experiment. Experimentation to me is the major key as an artist. If I'm not experimenting, then I'm going to end up getting bored. Yes, precisely. So we're just going to lay down some gesso. We don't have to cover up everything, just, you know, little bits and parts as we go along. And since I thought I would work on that today, I thought I would show it to you while I'm doing it. Why not, right? Kind of give you an inside view of my art journal process. A little bit of fun, a little bit of getting your hands messy. Oh yes, that's one of the things I love about art journaling, is how messy it can get. I always have to wash my hands thoroughly afterwards. And no, I do not use like a pre-using cream, you know, the kind that's supposed to coat your hands so that you don't get stuff all over them. I don't use that. I don't even have it, so I know a lot of folks use it, and I understand why. I'm sure it comes in handy. Okay, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to do. Yeah. I'm gonna close this up so it doesn't dry out. There we go. And then I've got my, wiping this off a little bit. This is my go-to spatula. I bought this at Walmart, multi-pack plastic spatula. Use it every time I want to lay down gesso. I've had it for ages and it works. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that fun little experiment with gessoing another layer into my art journal spread, which I'm having a blast with. And now I can say that I've worked on it recently. Yes, exactly. And then, of course, my mind will percolate on what's next. Have no idea what's next. So it'll be interesting to see where it takes me from here. So remember to experiment with whatever you're doing and have fun. Just get into the zone, have some time for play, even if it's just for a few minutes. You have yourself a delightful day, and remember to play.